We've updated our theme a little bit and we've made some adjustments here. So with any website or web development project, you're always going to be looking for a way to add navigation. So within Bootstrap, there's actually going to be several ways to add navigation. So here we've just added in, we're not going to be using the default Bootstrap navigation here where we've got the default stream themes and we've got that navigation bar at the top. So you can use this as well. This is the navigation bar that's built into Bootstrap. And what we're going to be using is just the regular nav tabs. When we look at this on getbootstrap.com, components, navs, so navs are available in Bootstrap, and what these do is they allow you to have this type of navigation here at the top, and you can have them in tabs or you can have them in pills. So what we're going to do, we're going to change ours over to pills, and so the nav indicates that it's navigation, and then the nav pills indicates what kind of styling needs to get applied to that. So we're just going to have these kind of pill buttons here for about, and home is already active, so that's why it's already highlighted blue. Also ultimately you want to change these as you click through, so the about page would be active class, contact would be the active class as well. So this is all you have to do. So it's just ordered list and list items, and each item in the menu or the navigation is going to be a list item. So we can do a whole bunch of them there, a whole bunch of list items there. And actually, looking at it again, I think that the nav tabs are going to look a little bit better on the site. So we're going to change that back to the nav tabs. That the active one, so it removes out that bar, and then if about was active, the bar would be moved over to there as well. So we're just going to show you how that's going to look. So if we had about was active, so it's going to look different. So in our about page, we know that we're on about because it's the active one, and you can see here that even when you hover over it, you don't have the option to keep clicking on it and go into that about. So that's another smart element within Bootstrap, that it's able to be designed in a way that, okay, well, this makes sense when you're developing web content, that you don't want to be having the user clicking on the page that they're already on. And again, it works really well with the resizing. Just below, you also have an option to justify it, so we can just type in that nav justified, refresh the page, and show you what that looks like. So that actually takes up the full width, so that might actually even look better. We do shrink down to mobile view, that they become a stacked, vertically stacked, as opposed to going out full width. If you want, there's also an option to use drop down. So if you wanted to have navigation with drop down additional links within there, so usually I don't prefer doing it that way, but if needed, if you've got a whole bunch of links there that you want it to have in a drop down, you can do this ordered list drop down. So all you'd have to do is do list item presentation drop down, and what I'll do, I'll just copy that over. So placing that code, making a couple adjustments there. So I filled out the, so what the drop down is, it's just a class drop down, class drop down toggle, drop down toggle. So it tells you, it attaches it to this particular drop down class, and we know that this is going to be the toggle button for the drop down. So when it gets clicked, we know that we're toggling this additional ordered list, and then the items within the drop down are just going to be regular list items. So when we go back to our page and we look at that and we refresh it, you see that the drop down is now there, and we're able to drop down and see how they do get clickable because we had placed this as active. I'm just going to remove that for this example, and you see that within the drop down, whenever you hover over them, they do highlight. So it's a really neat feature, and again, if once you have that ability once you resize to keep that drop down aspect to it. And the drop down list opens and closes. It actually toggles just as the class says when you click on it. So it's going to toggle this menu, and Bootstrap's smart enough to know that this is the menu that needs to be toggled. It's a drop down, and all that information is there. And what this is this is just providing that href, that link. So this is going to be providing what's within the list item, and all we've written drop down, so more stuff. You call it whatever you want here. And just to show you that you do have some additional information, this span class, so you've got all of that ability there. This span class, this is just that little kind of chevron arrow pointing down, caret, I guess it's called, and when you remove that, you see that that actually gets removed out. So just going to save it and refresh it back, and you see that we get that little icon there that indicates that this is a drop-down. So usually if it is a drop-down, you should include that so that users, visitors to the content, they can tell that this is going to be a drop-down and that there's additional content here.